Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. If you can't tell, I got a little bit of an itch, and the only thing that can scratch it is Valaverse face character figures. I just really dug the Pandora that I got, and then on the day of the eclipse, Valaverse.com had an eclipse sale where everything eclipse related was 15%, or actually I think everything was a percentage off, but if you ordered an Eclipse figure, you would get a free gift. I didn't bring them in here with me. My free gift was 4 Valaverse stands, or Action Force stands, which are very nice, but I don't use action figure stands, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. Maybe I'll give them away at Joe Fest. I don't know. But anyway, I ordered the Eclipse Warpath edition, because I really dug the Pandora, and I would like to have a sort of counterpart. So we'll see. And I ordered the Eclipse gear because I do like Valaverse weapons quite a bit. So we'll take a look at that after we take a look at this figure. I am finding these releases to be very high quality, very satisfying as far as functionality, detail, everything like that. You get a file card on the back. I am not going to read the whole thing, but I appreciate the world building. Anytime, particularly independent toy manufacturers go, well, you know what? I say particularly independent. I think the world building aspect is more important for these independent toy makers than it is for the big companies. Because the big companies, pretty much everything that they're making now is an existing IP. The world, to a certain extent, is already built. We as consumers are already engaged with what the big companies are trying to sell us. Now, it's great when there's new media. It's cool when there's something different to explore about an existing property, but these independent companies they're asking a lot of us to dive into this new thing. So the world building that they do is critical. So as I said, the Action Force stands are great, very sturdy, 4 pegs. So there's a lot of posing potential here. If I would say that if I were going to use stands, I would want them to all be like this. I'm pretty comfortable saying these are the most practical stands on the market. Although they do say Action Force, so if you're putting something that's not Action Force on them, it's going to be a little awkward. Let's get all these accessories out of here. Now, I do not have the standard release of Eclipse, so I have no comparison here. But I just wanted, I mean, the face paint on this one is so striking. This is, you guys know by this point, I like stuff that's going to stick out on the shelf. I like stuff that's going to be different from what I've already got. And the face paint here and the darker color palette is going to be something different. And really, even the look, like, yes, of course, these figures can go right alongside your classified figures. But really, even the look of the Valaverse stuff, it just has a style to it that is something different. They blend nicely with your other 1/12 scale figures, but they also do stand out. There's a look and a quality, an aesthetic here that is its own thing, and I appreciate that as well. There's also way too much tape. All right. We got a couple of plastic tabs to cut through here. Oh, we've got a lot. I don't remember, and it wasn't that long ago that I opened the Pandora figure. It wasn't that long ago that I opened Pandora's box. But I don't remember Pandora having tabs like this. I could be wrong. I probably am. I've opened a lot of stuff in the last month or so. Okay, I think that's everything. There we go. So, lots of shared parts with Pandora, but I don't really care about that too much because what I'm interested in is how much this figure strikes me on its own. You've got the combat vest with the magazines already in there stored, so we got a lot of magazines to hang on to here. Got the scarf on, which you know I'm not a huge fan of the I know these have a name. I'm just not big on them. But for this character, pretty cool. Probably leave it on. Got some nice tattoo work here. They've done a really nice job making the tattoos look like tattoos. Like they're I can't stand it when tattoos look stamped on because that's not what tattoos look like. Like that. I mean, that's faded. Granted, that tattoo's 25 years old. But even newer tattoos, they're under the skin. They're not just sitting on top of the skin like a stamp. So I appreciate the look of this one. You've got standard 1/12 scale, modern action figure articulation, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that look pretty good. They're not aesthetically displeasing. I appreciate the wrist goes up and down. Any hand that's going to be holding and yes, I will say blaster. Any hand that's going to be holding a blaster or fire. Can you say firearm? Is that word okay? I don't know. Should go up and down and not left and right. Nice musculature. This is not this does not feel like a slight person, and I really like the painted. And this is where the independents tend to triumph over the mass market stuff. If you're into this kind of thing, I don't always want wear and battle damage, but very, very nicely done wear on the knee pads, on the shin guards. You can see right in here, like, looks great. Just a little dry brush with some silver does wonders in that department. I love the style of this body armor. And again, look at the paint apps here. Looks really good. Got a sheath on the back for that wicked knife. I like the style of the combat trousers, I guess. With the reinforcement in the thigh, looks good. Got the drop down hips, which are kind of becoming a standard now. The knees are probably going to be, well, I was going to say they're probably going to be a little tight. Always one. It's always the top or the bottom of the knee joint is always just a bear to move. And in this case, it looks like it's going to be the tops, which is fine. We'll heat them up and they'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I love that this thigh holster is not just falling all over the place. Like, it is a separate piece, and if you heat it up, it could be removed if you so desire, but it's nice and snug on that thigh. I got great treads on the bottoms of the boots. Great looking figure. It just is. The Action Force product is good stuff, or at least everything that I've reviewed has been very, very good. You can go back and check out my reviews of some of the first wave figures, and I dug them. So let's look at this portrait now. The face paint is killer. I love the sprayed on look at the top here. The shorter hair with the braid, and look, even the painted detail with the little barrette clip thing pulling the braid back. Just great sculpt work on that. Looks good. Well, and even the paint on the scarf. Lots and lots of painted detail on this figure. I'm very impressed. All right. Let's get those ankles working. and stand Eclipse off to the side here and take a look at these accessories. So we've got a couple of alternate heads. We have got a yelling head, very expressive. Look at the painted detail in that mouth. Just looks really good. And then you've got a covered head with that scarf pulled up over the head. Very intense. Look how intense those eyes are. So let's see how easy. I don't know how easy the heads are going to be to swap. I feel like Pandora's wasn't a big deal. I don't think I had to heat or anything. Yeah, look at that. Pops right off. And just because it's something very different, I'm going to put the scarf up head on there. Very cool. The combination of the face paint with the scarf is a unique, cool look. I like it. All right, so that's all the heads. You have got we got a lot of magazines here. Great looking rifle. I feel like you can say rifle. I don't know. You've got a port for blast effects. Got some paint on it. Looks good. And of course, your magazine is going to go right in there. Magazine, cartridge, whatever. I am not a professional firearm person. I just like cool toy guns. Oh, I said it. There goes that video. Start over again. There is the awesome, I'm a huge fan of this knife. Looks sick. It goes right into the sheath on the back there. Then a smaller hand blaster, also with a port. And that's going to go right into that holster on the thigh. Sickle, which I believe we saw, yeah, Pandora, I think either Pandora came with it or it was in the weapons expansion kit, but cool looking piece. I dig that. And then an assortment of interchangeable hands. You've got fist for punching, which every figure should come with. Regular C-grips, as in non-trigger finger C-grips. And then just open sort of gesturing or relaxed hands. Very cool. Love the figure. It's going to look good on the shelf. Glad to have it. Now let's take a look at the Eclipse upgrade gear, which I really didn't need to get, I guess, because there's plenty with that one and it's themed to go with the figure. But I just, like I said, I dig the Valaverse gear. Or the Action Force gear, or whatever. It's just fun to mess with and good to have. You know, as much as I complain about my drawers full of accessories, it is nice to have other options. And especially when they're nicely painted, highly detailed options. Just that one extra paint application that the Action Force weapons get makes a huge difference in the look of the figures and in the feel of the quality of the product. Ooh, I'm glad I got it, if only for that one. So what's cool about this is, you know, I didn't get the regular Eclipse figure, but now I do have a non-face paint head if I want to use it. Got the several blast effects, as well as a smoke effect. And this is just cool. Really dig this. I don't know if that's flash or if that's part of the sculpt, but this is a great looking piece. I like it. And then you've got for that one and for that one. So I have certainly, oh, you know what? We've got 2 paint apps on these. They just look great. And these are solid. These are nice, rigid plastic. Does not feel particularly brittle. Good stuff. And then finally, an alternate vest that I do dig, but I probably won't use because it's just not going to look quite right with the color scheme of the rest of the figure. So there it is. Another great set from Valaverse, part of the Action Force line. As I will say with any, those are not going to face the camera in any way. As I'll say with any toy line, go to the website, go somewhere that you can buy Valaverse products, pick one out that you think looks cool, and get it and mess around with it and see what you think. Because pretty much any toy line, until you've gotten your hands on it and have seen what it's like in person, you really can't have an opinion on it because you don't know. You don't know what it feels like. You don't know how it works. You don't know that look that it gives you in person. It's just a different experience. You cannot judge something based on what it looks like on the internet. You got to get it in hand and take a look at it. And for this one, so I'm not going to stick with that head. Let's go with the yelling head because, I mean, it's so expressive. And again, it is different from anything else I've got on the shelf. And that's always a good selling point for me. Might have to heat it up to get that one on completely. All right, let's get let's go with this one. That is just a cool piece. Yeah, that doesn't want to go on. I'm going to have to put a little heat in that socket to get that to stay on. But there you go. Why not give her another one? She's going crazy. Great figure. Awesome figure. So find somewhere that Valaverse Action Force products are sold, or order one up and check it out and see what you think. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.